far you get
I'm
before
in
you
the same
guys?
boat.
Hello, I'm Bjorn, and welcome back to the
Hey!
Masocast.
Hi.
How's it going, everyone?
We recorded an episode before this, and it did not come out because of some stuff we had to come out with a very cool celebrity guest that I've talked about. So we'll keep that under wraps until that episode comes out. But
Yeah, we
Literally.
actually had to sell our bodies for a few months to be able to afford that.
that's not true. I had to
exclusivity.
put my name on a list and wait a couple months. Don sold his body, but that was unrelated.
What the fuck did you have me on the streets for?
That was
You just
unrelated.
this was
Entirely
I needed some
for
cash. I needed
that
some
was just for
cash,
fun.
man. Hey, but Don, tell me it wasn't worth it when we actually got the guy.
Dude, I had this big gal, right?
You thought I was fucking
pounds.
with you.
400 pounds.
No,
She
don't,
asked me.
let's not talk
No.
about
I'm just gonna censor
Charles
bars over
Barkley,
everything
are you
say.
gonna...
Um,
Big ass
no,
man
but
before
you
Tony.
guys both thought I was messing with you until it actually happened. So
Yeah.
fuck you. I was justified. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this. It's been a minute. It's been a long while actually. I think we haven't done one of these in like 4 months. I mean,
I
outside
know.
of the one that didn't release.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Released
we
that
kind of
eventually.
technically did one... Wait, was that... It was where we did our dramatic readings of Garage Ninja.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the
we
Garage
did do
Ninja
that,
That was the
one.
last
Yeah,
one
we
we
did do
did
that.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the missing
So-
episode.
Yeah,
one
and the
that we
missing
haven't
episode.
released.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was... yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's not out yet. That will be released. I guess I'll call this episode whatever, and then that one the one after this. But no, in
Yeah.
the lore, in the timeline, like when you lay it all out, that one comes first.
Yeah. And
Okay, so-
Bjorn cinematic universe, cinematic podcasting universe.
Yeah,
Not to
there's
be
this
confused
really-
with the Frat Daddy and Garage Ninja cinematic universe, which
Which
is a
is
separate
not
timeline.
canon anymore. Yeah,
Yeah,
separate
yeah, but it
timeline got
has-
destroyed
it
by
has
Movie
its-
52.
It has its own podcasting series, but this is not
Yeah,
part
we
of
did.
that. This is different.
We did Crisis on Infinite Bjorns, and that's now non-canon.
We had Bjorn Point.
Bjorn point. Yeah.
Goodness.
Okay, so what topic do you want to do first?
Okay. Tell us about your vacation.
Yeah, it was your vacation.
Oh, okay, I got a lot. So I went to Guatemala, as one does, because I was looking for a way to kill myself without going to Catholic hell. And I figured
Hey,
going to
whoa,
Guatemala
don't
would be a
appropriate
good way
my
to do it.
culture, asshole. I'm the one who has to live with the Catholic guilt.
Are you actually Catholic? Is that real?
Yeah!
Yes.
Oh, that's bad. That's stupid. You shouldn't do that. You're gonna call your religion dumb.
Are
Don't
you
practice
saying
your
there's something
religion,
wrong
you
with
asshole.
him wanting to be
You should
touched
be a
by his
cool
pastor?
Chad Methodist versus the Virgin Catholic. And we're off to the racist people.
Here we go.
So I went to Guatemala, and it wasn't actually nearly as bad as you might imagine. It was actually pretty chill. It was a little sketch, and I have some videos I'll include in this episode. But so we did like a lot of snorkeling in the reefs, and then I did like the coolest thing I did was I spelunked, and I told Sam about this. I don't know if I told Don about this.
This is my
Yeah, you
first
sent
time
it in the
hearing
chat.
about
Oh, I did tell you.
About
Sorry,
it?
I lied.
it. Shut
You a
up.
Raptors fan?
So we went to this cave called it's called ATM Cave, but the real name is like Axalamanlatunlalabab, whatever, like some Mayan language. It's like so hard to say. And what is neat about the cave is, first off, it was like real spelunking. Actually, I didn't realize how bad it was going to be till I got in there. I'm also a big person, so this was like a little sketch for me. The cave is underwater, or partially flooded, so you have to wade through water through the whole cave. We had to like climb up stuff and like go under, like on our bellies through gaps and duck underwater for a little segment. Climb it up barefoot for several parts. There was like a boulder we had to jump from one side to the other over a gap. So it was pretty legit. Like I was pretty scraped up when I came out of there. But at the end of the cave, what makes it interesting is that the Mayans, near the end of their civilization when they were falling, they tried sacrificing to the sky gods or whatever, and that failed. So they went into this cave because they thought it was the underworld. And admittedly, if you go into it with torches, it really does look like it is. And so they sacrificed people in this cave to try to bring about an end to their famine or whatever was happening. And those bones got covered in the crystalline from the top of the cave, and they crystallified, and they're still there. So the entire cave is littered with like 14 intact skeletons
Hmm.
that you can find. And it is like really, I'll include some pictures. It's really fucking cool. Also, there's all these like Mayan vases and stuff everywhere. So like you can see like literally everything they left. It's all in perfect condition. And it was really neat. It was very cool.
Yeah, you're sending those pictures in the chat, and my fear of caves is so strong
It was, you would
that
have
when
not
I,
liked it.
dude, like when I was just looking at those pictures, my toes were curling. I was just, uh,
Yeah.
I also went in shock for the first time, which is cool.
Yeah, tight corridors do
went
not
into
look
shock.
fun.
What?
Yeah, so when we first went to the cave, we dove into
Mhm.
the water, and it had been like 105 degrees in the jungle walking. So we did like a hike, it's like a 3 mile hike to get to the cave entrance, and it was hot as shit. So we were like super hot, and then we dove right into the cave water because it was deep at first, then you swam, like free dive swam into the entrance, and then you went deeper into the cave and then started climbing, then back in the water. But when I first dove into that water, I went from like 105 to I'm sure everyone knows this, but cave water is freezing.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
freezing cold, and I went into shock,
Jeez.
and it was cool. I've never had that happen before, so that was kind of neat. But this was like the most adventurous thing I've ever done in my life. It felt like Indiana Jones shit for real, like climbing up the side of caves and going in. It was very neat. And then we went
Makes you want
to.
to study archaeology and wear your stupid hat.
I'm taking archaeology classes soon.
Ooh.
It's part of my
Only
I'm
thing
doing
I feel like the only thing that would have made that cooler is getting like gobbled up by a big freaky ass snake.
There were no snakes in there, but there were small camel spiders, which is kind of cool. Who knew
That's-
that those
that is
were
pretty
native to
cool.
South America? Apparently, it's a cave camel spider. It's very small.
Huh.
It wasn't like one of those big ones. But it was
Yeah,
like,
I know.
interesting. Also, when I was in the water, they had Buenos Aires tetras, which blew my mind because I've kept those in my aquarium for years and just never even thought about where they came from. Turns out they live in this river, in this cave. And I was like, oh, look, there they were. But, and then we went to Tikal, which is the largest ruins in the Americas, and it's fucking massive. It's like 15 pyramids, and the tallest one it's really big. It's like 200 feet high or something like that. That's not right, but whatever. It's very tall. And they filmed Star Wars there, so that was cool. And I took some videos there that will come out in one of those feature movie reviews. So that should be kind of fun. And that was really it. We swam with sharks and stingrays and stuff, but it's like
Based.
that's a lot more overhyped than it is. It wasn't barely scary. They were actually pretty chill. The sharks, I like the sharks. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I've swam with like leopard sharks in the wild. You can't really swim with great whites. I've seen.
I'll
them.
show you
They're
videos.
not.
No, I wouldn't do great whites. This was like nurse sharks, but they knew the spot, so we chummed the water, and then about like 50 to 60 nurse sharks came all at once, and they
Yeah.
were just everywhere. And they were nurse sharks, so it's not gonna do anything. We were like hanging onto them and going for a ride. They weren't gonna mess with us. But yeah, that was my vacation. It was cool. It was a little more adventurous than I was expecting. And when we crossed the Guatemalan border from Belize into Guatemala, they had the armed guards and they were searching all of our stuff. And we saw the cartel a couple times, but they didn't really do anything to us. So
Right on.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Cool,
pretty
that's
fun.
fun.
I'd recommend
That sounds
it.
like a good
that
time.
sounds really fun.
Yeah. The other thing though
Except
is
for the
it's so fucking
spunky.
expensive there. I would have assumed South America was cheap as shit, but no.
Well, no, that
Belize was hella expensive.
That's Central America,
Yeah, I guess so.
which is like a lot more touristy than.
Belize
Yeah.
Belize
Like a lot of
was
South
pretty
America.
close to Central America, Don. It's like
No,
like the
Belize is in
coast-
Central America. It's
okay. I was
still-
gonna say we were really close to Mexico.
Yeah,
at one
no,
point.
it's once you enter Colombia, that's South America.
Ah, okay. So Guatemala
it's
wasn't
Ecuador
right there. It's
is-
still Central
Yeah.
America.
The border.
Yeah, you guys are still towards like the Tropic of Cancer,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it
which
was
is
hot,
still
dude.
pretty hot.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Coming from Texas and going to a place that was hotter is crazy.
Well,
I've
hotter.
literally never had that
It's the
before.
humidity. The humidity
Yeah.
adds so
it was
much to
so humid, dude. In the
It's like a
jungle.
microwave.
Oh, it was miserable. And I'm a
Mhm.
professional Amazon driver. This was hotter than that.
it. Well, I mean, where you live, it's that relatively dry heat. It's when you start adding humidity where
Oh,
that shit
dude.
feels like a
I guess
sauna.
the Philippines are probably like that, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the all of Southeast Asia or last month, or like around the same time that you were in Guatemala, Southeast Asia was undergoing a heat wave, and it was like similar things.
Was it as bad as the British heat wave?
Well, like
70 degrees.
scale wise,
British heat
no,
wave.
Got to
because
79 degrees. It
yeah,
was just a genuinely nice day.
Brit tards when they're complaining about it being hot.
But you don't understand. Our house is made of brick. Then go outside. Go outside.
You know, I actually
79
have
degrees.
fans. I've discovered I have fans from London because the winner of our contest was from London. So
oh, for
I'm
the
sorry
wedding
for calling
contest?
you. Yeah, I'm sorry for calling you a Brit tard. Forgive
Congratulations.
me. Yeah, actually, I gotta figure out how to ship the
I take
prize
back
over there.
my
That's the whole
vote.
thing.
I could not tell if you were British or like if you were English or not.
Yeah, thinking back on it, it makes sense.
Like there are
Yeah.
tells. There are absolutely tells.
There were
Yeah,
tells,
there were
but
tells to where I was like, your
forget-
vernacular is very English, but at the
I
same time,
forget
I don't know
how
if it's the
globally reaching YouTube is sometimes. Like I knew I had people who were watching me from Australia and stuff, but I didn't really think about it too much. So I gotta figure out how to ship shit overseas. That's food items. That's gonna be fun.
Speaking of, I am amending my affirmative action clause. Australian women are back on the menu.
Okay, why? Let's.
Yeah,
I fucking
for
love
nations.
that because I love the accents.
That's fair.
Yeah, the accent is
Strawberry
pretty
blonde
good.
Australians can
Yeah.
absolutely ruin my life. I'm okay with that.
And you know what? They were treated bad enough by the British that you know what? Fuck it.
One
They're
of us,
second.
one of us,
They're
one of
second
us.
class citizen enough to be a minority to certain white people. So
Okay, but
Wait,
then they
does
also
does that
treated
extend to the
Aborigines
Irish?
pretty awfully,
Yeah.
Does that
so
extend
Same
to the
thing-
Irish,
same-
Don?
well, especially the Irish redheads. Hell yeah.
Well,
Like,
Irish
okay,
were
look,
like,
we don't
treated
talk about Aussie treatment of Aboriginals and especially South or like their
I mean, okay,
justification of Southeast Asia.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Because
Sam,
of that.
literally
Talking about
every country in the planet that talks about how the Americans killed the Aboriginals and how horrible we are is a hypocrite. Because they've all done it. Like Japan had Aboriginals. Never forget that. The Japanese wiped out their
Oh yeah,
Aboriginals.
the native inhabitants of.
the native inhabitants of
Hokkaido.
Japan.
Yeah.
Same with Australia. Same with any of the Polynesian conquests. I think some of those were British. Some of those were us. So that's kind of
The
everyone.
French.
Yeah.
They
The
also
French,
did a lot down
they
there.
did it for sure. They did it in America. The Dutch did it in America. Scandinavians, I'm sure they did it at some point.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, the
like,
Vikings stuff.
like we only hear about it a lot
The
because
Greeks, I mean,
because
I
we
just read a
live
whole
here.
book on Alexander
Yeah,
the
we
Great.
live here.
And let
I
me
mean,
tell
you
you,
know.
Yeah.
Alexander the Great and the Macedonians and the Greeks, they
Uh-huh.
they did some purges. So no one's hands are clean. Shut up about that. Let's all move on.
Yeah, but I want my hands to be dirty. If you know what I mean.
I can't comment because I do not know how much Aboriginal is in me or not.
So wait.
That's fair.
So Don, real fast though. So you know my friend Travis, right?
Yeah.
He was recently in the Philippines for work, and he sent me a message saying, "Dude, I fucking hate the Philippines."
I mean, I can think of a multitude of reasons why, but I'm curious of why he would say that.
He was in the. I mean, he never elaborated. Just said it was horrible. And he was
oh,
in the
yeah,
capital city,
Oh, he was in the
Manila?
capital. Yeah, I could
which
get it.
I can't remember the name of it.
Manila.
Help me out.
Yeah.
Manila. Yes, that's where he was. He said it was awful.
Yeah. I don't remember liking it as a kid. I thought it was way too not modernized in the way Southeast Asia normally is, quote unquote modernized, aside from like
So
Singapore.
just like the Austin
I mean,
of the
more like-
Philippines.
No, well, it is like severely overpopulated. I like the wildlife of the Philippines a lot. Like I was born in the second largest city, and whenever I revisited, I was like, okay, this is kind of neat, seeing a little pocket of first world civilization right next to the slums that we're building right on top of. So it's cool. We got high rises, and then we got sheet metal fighting for their life. It's a really cool juxtaposition to have.
Kind of like Brazil. In a
Yeah, I
relation
feel like
Yeah.
it put things in perspective. Like I was in, as I said, I was just in Guatemala, and that is a third world country. I don't think the Philippines are. I mean, maybe they are.
It is.
Oh,
It
okay.
very-
But
very much is.
it is very sobering to see, like,
Yeah.
people in America have nothing to complain about at all. Literally nothing.
Well,
Except for Austin being terrible.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just because other countries have it worse, I don't think that means that we should try to
Yeah,
improve
but,
things
like,
on our
I
level.
agree.
it's just a matter of like going to another country just gives you another perspective of how much worse it could be.
Yeah.
Not that we should think back. I feel like we should think for the future, but it is sobering.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
instead of
I mean,
fixing our
it's not
problems, we
even
should
that-
just nuke the rest of the world and make it worse for them.
We could, yeah, we could exploit it.
make
Like,
everywhere else Mad Max except for us.
yeah.
Yeah, no, we're
Yeah,
fine.
that's pretty
I think
good. I like that.
that'd be a good idea.
Like a lot of people are always talking about how like third world countries just have a lot of untapped resources, but at the same time, if you want to tap into those resources, you're gonna have to kill a lot of wildlife and a lot of forestry to get to it. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
is it untapped because of preservation or untapped because
It's
People
untapped
just don't
because
want to deal with
Greenpeace is annoying, and they would just be just such a nuisance. It's not
It's
worth it.
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I think honestly, here, let's get more out of pocket. I don't think we're out of pocket enough yet. You
Mhm.
can only nuke 4 countries, but you have to nuke 4 countries.
Only?
Which countries are you nuking?
Only?
Only, yeah.
Only
Unfortunately,
4 countries, and what's the other?
Only 4 countries, and you have to nuke 4 countries. I know that's
Okay,
kinda
how to nuke
necessary,
4
but, like,
countries? How much of each country are we nuking?
decimated.
is-
And what nukes are we using? Are
Yeah,
we allowed,
complete-
like,
complete
any
decimation.
We're
US
talking.
nukes,
It's gonna look
the
like
Minuteman 3?
Fallout. It's gonna look
Or
like.
Okay, so
Fallout.
it's gonna look like Fallout.
Okay, so first off,
Yeah.
it wouldn't because the half-life of nuclear explosions is significantly shorter.
Sam.
So it would only last about 2 or 3
I'm
weeks.
Sam. I'm a nerd.
So
I
no,
read
you
the
don't
lore.
understand how sad that makes me feel because some of my favorite pieces of media are Stalker, and Metro.
Fallout.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
so my
so
my
let's-
first idea, Australia,
I
because it
downloaded
fits the
Metro,
Gundam narrative of every, like, there's not a single Gundam universe that exists where Australia does not get nuked to oblivion, either by way of actual nukes or space colonies. And I think if that brings us one step closer to bipedal mechs in space, I think it's a worthy sacrifice. As much as I love Aussie accents.
So Don, I'm gonna hop off that. I'm actually kind of down for blowing up Australia, but for completely different reasons.
What's up?
Two reasons for mine. Number one, I love Mad Max.
Mhm.
Obviously Australia.
Yeah.
I bet Gundam's a reference to that. Honestly, I'd never thought about it, but it probably is. Because those movies were huge overseas for some reason. Also, this is meme / kind of meme that like if you blew up the center of Australia enough that water could flow through it, we would solve global warming by lowering the sea level naturally, and Australia would bloom with green the first time ever, and the center of Australia would become habitable. I kind of like that meme. I'm putting my vote for Australia too for my first one.
Yeah. I'm trying to balance it out between the northern and southern hemispheres so that it's mutually assured destruction. So obviously for the north, I feel like landmass wise, we go for the U.S. Ironically, I think we go for the U.S. and not Canada because the U.S. also includes Alaska.
I disagree.
And Alaska's fucking colossal.
I gotta tell you this. though.
Wait, so
Canada
but my question is, what
has
size
French people.
nukes are we using? Are we using the W-78, which is what's used in the Minuteman 3, and that's 350 kilotons? Or
Well,
are we using
remember,
like the
he-
Zarabamba, which is 100 megatons?
he's saying that like we're completely decimating a country.
So
Yeah,
Zarabamba.
yeah.
Yeah.
So are you going for
I'm
highest
thinking
KD, Dom?
landmass wise. Highest KD? Yeah.
Yeah, okay, just go for China then, or India.
But if you get rid of the U.S., you lose a lot of manufacturing. It's too stable. If you destabilize
China, no,
the
dude,
U.S.,
all the
you fuck over
manufacturing
the
is
rest
in
of the world.
China, man. Everything comes from China. You absolutely
Yeah,
have to love
but
China
the
if you
but the
want
world
to
economy
stabilize.
is the world economy is stabilized around the U.S. dollar. If the U.S. dollar collapses to such an astronomical degree, you essentially end the first world.
That's
And
kind of true.
and speaking of Canada, if you fuck like yeah, Canada has French people in it. But you know where the French people of Canada are bordered? The American Northeast, aka
Oh.
like neighbors to the most populated part of the
Oh,
U.S.
Sam's got a nuke map. Yes.
So
Pull
so
that
you're
shit
getting
up.
multiple birds
First
with
off,
one
you
stone.
don't act so surprised that I have a nuke map. Also,
There we
you can go through and check all the nuclear bombs that you want. So here's what I would do, okay? Now, starting off, I would drop a W-78 directly on Moscow, okay?
Okay.
Want to take out Moscow. Totally not because of anything going on right now. I just want Metro to be a reality, okay? Thank you.
Yeah.
So after that, I'll drop a Tsar Bomba on Beijing. I think Beijing would work. Just because collateral, I want to take out as many people as I can, like Don was
That's
saying, blah, 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 blah,
fucking
blah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So, after that, now, this is where it kind of gets confusing. But I think it would be funny if we just went ahead and, MacArthur, when he was saying the whole, turn Manchuria into a Sea of Cobalt, I think it'd be funny if we did that. So we're going to go
Gotcha.
ahead and nuke, what's this city called? Shenyang, right? And just kind of get that whole area. Maybe we can even nuke Pyongyang. Like, we don't need it that much. No one needs it, okay? Final nuke. It's going to be W-78, okay? And we're going to drop it on... Let me have... see if I can find it. Oh, man, I'm looking for... Okay, I'll drop it on Toronto.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
fuck Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just trying to see where...
it
Yeah,
because-
no,
And
if
Justin
we...
Bieber.
Baka's got a weird case. Why is
Yeah,
he
it's
Like a
around?
double kill.
And so what I'm thinking there is I would use China's current ICBM, which is the Dongfeng 5, which would be just enough, I think, to take out the entire Toronto, as well as south of Toronto they have Oakville. We could take that out a little bit north, but it wouldn't touch the United States. It wouldn't go over into...
If
our
we're
borders.
going for fatalities, I have a theory. I have a proposal. So if you dropped a gigantic nuke in the ocean between Japan and South Korea, the resulting tidal waves would completely decimate both countries.
Oh my god! Instead of Manchuria, sorry, no, this is so much worse. Instead of hitting Shenyang with Dongfeng 5, I would hit the Three Gorges Dam.
Oh, yeah, because you'd fuck over the entirety of mainland
That's crazy,
Southeast
that's
Asia.
brilliant.
So actually, I would hit it.
Wow.
Hit it with a Davy Crockett.
That's so good.
So good enough, and so that's radioactive water. That's all going down all over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
That's
it,
good.
and it ruins so much farmland that there's a starvation event afterwards, and it's radioactive, so they can't clean it up. Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
If we're going,
Dude,
if we're going,
God
to like
help the world
mass.
if we ever become supervillains.
Yeah.
Seriously.
See,
Between the
see,
three
like,
of us,
would be
would be
going
bad.
off solely landmass wise, I'm trying to distribute. You said 4 countries. I'm trying to think of a way to fuck up both hemispheres, because if we just solely focus on the world powers, all of it is concentrated in the northern hemispheres, so people would just be able to evacuate en masse to the southern hemisphere and escape a lot, or not a lot.
I think
but
if
like,
you hit like
a decent amount of
United
that nuclear
States,
fallout.
China, Japan,
I think I think you have to split it between both hemispheres.
Well,
So the
and
best
then-
targets would be like the U.S. and China, other than Australia and the other country.
Australia
in,
that has like no one in it. Like it's not that populated.
yeah, but it's
comparatively.
it's landmass wise, because
Yeah.
like if we're thinking
Good
about
point.
if we're just carpet bombing an entire landmass, Australia itself is a continent. Australia and India, I think that would be
India.
enough.
India is kind of nice because it's kind of in the middle between the Middle East and
Yeah, but it's still
and it would cut off that whole land bridge with the
yeah,
radiation
but
fallout.
it's still pretty northern hemisphere though. I feel like because
It would
then
also
you'd still
poison all
have like
water.
the
It would
you'd
poison
have the
water in
entirety of
Indian
like
Ocean.
Argentina still, Argentina, Chile, Brazil. You'd still have all of that would kind of be safe, and I'm trying to think of a way of like mutually assured destruction.
What about again going back to the tsunami thing? In the ocean. My God. is it the
Oh,
Aegean?
and
that surrounds Greece and Africa. Is that the Aegean? Help me out here. Or this is Mediterranean. I'm so stupid. I'm so sorry. Mediterranean. The Mediterranean has no tides and almost no waves. They never get tsunamis because it's landlocked. If you dropped a nuke in the middle of that, and it would create a massive tidal wave that would hit all of the surrounding countries, literally all of them. They are right on the ocean. They have no protection against anything like this, unlike Japan. You would decimate all of the Mediterranean superpowers.
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to go for the waters would be pretty good too. I'm trying to think.
A lot of people don't think about tsunamis. Maybe if you
waters.
just like detonated it on like what's the biggest like Vatican City, you wipe out all of the Catholics and their leadership. You detonate, you cause tsunamis, and you kill Rome. Like you detonate over Rome. So that's like a triple whammy. Because I think if you dropped the nuke near the ocean, even if it was on land, it would be enough to cause a tsunami.
Yeah. If we're thinking on if we're thinking of waterways as well, like what countries lay claim to what bodies of water, you could take the really really extreme approach and call the entire South China Sea by the way by what China claims, and then you'd expand your reach even further for what you could bomb.
I'm just gonna point out this has been the craziest topic. We're coming out of this like
The fact that
sociopaths.
the fact that we're able to riff off of that in a, how long has it been? It's been about what?
I thought we were gonna be funny with it, but
15
we
minutes?
took it 100% seriously.
It's
We're
be-
trying
it's
to
because
kill
it's
as much of the human race as possible.
well, it's become a thought experiment. I'm just dead set on Australia because of Gundam. Like, look at this.
I just think the correct
Australia,
answer is
Gundam,
Canada,
map.
France, unfortunately Germany, and anywhere else where the French might be. I think that's just the correct answer. You just, I guess we got to do America to get Louisiana. It's just got to happen.
Hey, leave him alone.
Hey.
Okay,
Hey, I'm
hurricanes
sorry.
already
All right,
damaged him enough.
you're catching strays, Sam. The French were there. It's not my fault. All right. All right. Blame if you want to
Alright,
blame anyone.
this is what
Blame the French.
this is what Australia looks like in the main timeline for Gundam. It
That's
doesn't look too
unrealistic.
bad until you look at Sydney, or where Sydney was.
Yeah, but I mean, have you seen what the Mad Max map looks like, Don? This is nuts.
Yeah.
Mad Max set 15
Yeah.
years after the apocalypse, and it's already that fucking crazy. Speaking of, have anyone else seen Furiosa? Yep.
I need to,
No,
but I
That
just
movie
haven't
is
gone to the theater.
fucking incredible.
because
It's so
Fury
fucking
Road
good.
was just a waste of my time. So
What?
Of
Shut
course, I'm
up.
not gonna go see it.
Shut the
Shut up.
fuck up.
I didn't like
Shut
it.
the fuck up. No, that's not
that's
an
fair.
okay opinion. No,
That's
no,
fair.
Don. Hold on.
Look.
Shut up. He's not allowed to have
Look,
that opinion.
I enjoyed it a lot. Fury
It's the
Road
best
was a
action
blast.
movie ever made, in my opinion. I don't think
Dude.
it'll ever be beat.
That's
It's
not.
It is
not an
that
action
fucking
movie. It's
That's
a
not
fucking
Killer
bedtime
Bean.
story, is what it is.
Sam,
It's
it
not
is at.
Killer
What do you mean?
Bean.
Oh God, Killer Bean. That's right. Speaking of, did you see the video game?
Dude, the game looks so
It looks
fucking
awesome.
sick.
Looks awesome. I'm
I
not
like
gonna
how
lie. And
I like how everyone agreed that Summer Games Fest was an absolute sleeper, but everyone locked the fuck in the moment Killer Bean popped up.
honestly, Xbox kind of won the showcase. Their showcase was really good.
Yeah, PlayStation is still showcasing what fucking
Oh,
nothing.
showcase was so bad. But Sam, hold on. Going back to this, what don't you like about Fury Road? Like, genuinely, I'm curious.
You know, I watched it and it just wasn't entertaining. I don't know how else to describe it.
How long
besides-
ago was this?
I saw it in theaters.
Oh my god. Okay, say honestly, Sam, you
So
might
I
want to
went with
rewatch
friends
that
and
movie.
they're all like, "Oh my god, this is so great!" Like, what's so great about it?
This is just Sam's contrarian thing, Don. And Sam, you can't deny you have this. Where
No,
something
I
is really
absolutely do
popular-
have a contrarian complex. I'm not going to sit here and lie. But I don't know. It was just like, this is back when I was a normie, and I just watched it. I was like, I don't know.
In fairness,
I
it
don't
isn't
see it.
really a normie movie. It's very fucking weird.
Yeah.
All the way through, fucking weird. Furiosa's
The only
the same
scene that I
way.
really liked was, witness me, witness him. And then,
This is a scene in Furiosa, and I mean, this isn't really a spoiler because it's so incidental, but like, Chris Hemsworth's character is holding a hostage basically, and he shows up to Immortan Joe, the guy from Fury Road, and he's got this guy with like a bear trap on his head that's gonna detonate if he lets go of a trigger. But he's also hooked it up so that if he lets go of a trigger, two chains are gonna rip his nipples off for no reason. And then he pulls the trigger and his nipples get ripped off. The guy's head explodes. And he laughs about it. And all of this is for no reason. And that is Mad Max in a nutshell. It's so fucking insane that Homer Dad franchise could have something like that. And that's amazing. It's genuinely a better joke than I could ever write in my whole life.
All right. What else? What else we got on the menu?
well, I
Let's
mean,
move
since
it-
we're
moving
talking
on
about
to the next.
movies, Hollywood and theaters are dead and buried.
Yeah, speaking of Furiosa, it fucking flopped so hard. It's a damn shame.
Yeah, because it's a
really
sequel
good
to a
movie.
shit movie.
God damn. No, I mean, I just like feel like people are always talking about like wanting. I'm just gonna ignore that. I'm just gonna ignore that. People are always talking about wanting original cinema and like stuff. I mean, I guess Mad Max isn't original, but like it's been forever since we've gotten one. They're so unique that they might
They're
as well be.
remakes. You're simping
Is that a
for
remake?
remakes, Chris. Well,
that a
okay,
remake?
not really remakes.
It's a direct
but they're...
sequel. It's a prequel about an unrelated character in the universe who has very little name recognition. So it is borderline an original story. It's super disconnected and it feels very different. Honestly, Sam, if you didn't like Fury Road, you might like this one because it focuses on story instead of action and character development, which is really weird for Mad Max. I was kind of thrown off by it. It's
Probably
just
still
it's
don't
like a
it 'cause
revenge.
I don't care about the characters.
It's a revenge thriller. It's just a really good one. But it flops so fucking hard that like there'll never be another Mad Max movie ever again. Like that's it. It's dead. It's done. And then
So why
the
do you
Fall
think
Guy.
that is? Why do you think? Well,
Everybody thinks
Fall
it's
Guy,
flopping.
yeah, Fall Guy flopped. I feel
Fall
bad.
Guy
that Fall Guy
flopped, which is weird because it's a great little movie. It's got Ryan Gosling, who everyone is like loves. He's so hot right now, and the movie is just a normal little action movie. It's like
I mean,
broad appealing.
I think I can kind of get it. I'm like, whenever I get home from work now, I'm like, whenever I want to relax, the last thing I'm thinking of is, hey, I want to go to a movie theater.
I can see
Even
that.
though,
I
even
think-
though like a movie theater is like a significantly different experience from watching a movie in your home,
Yeah.
there has been a lot of tech lately that has made like home theaters are fucking banging now.
I think what's really done it. If you guys want the legitimate answer, this is the correct answer. Fucking Hollywood killed Hollywood. Hollywood went all in to streaming services without even thinking if they should, without thinking about the long-term consequences of it, and now they are feeling those consequences hard
Mm.
because streaming services aren't profitable at all. They lose money hand over fists, and the amount of money you need to make content that makes them worthwhile is ridiculously expensive. And now people aren't going to theaters because they're trained to expect movies to come out onto streaming.
On streaming services.
So they're not making money off the movies they're releasing in theaters, and they're not making money off of the alternative. So they're
And
just
also,
not
they
making money.
have taught a lot more people how to pirate things. Which,
Yes. Yeah.
I'm here for
Ahoy,
it
ye
because
Hardy
it makes
lads.
it makes torrenting things so much faster having more seaters.
Yeah. I don't know. I still like the movie theater, and I love film. Like I think there
Yeah,
is
it's a cool
a
experience.
place for television, like high quality television, and there is a place for the movie.
Yeah, like Oppenheimer in a big ass IMAX screen, experiencing like that 30-minute buildup of the explosion, and then you get the
Yeah.
last hour of the trial. Just chills, fucking cinema.
That's how I felt about Furiosa too.
Yeah,
Like the
that's
score,
really good.
it's like the bwah, bwah,
Or-
constantly
and
fucking
Dune 2.
awesome. Dune 2 did well
Oh
actually.
my
Thank
God.
God. Thank
Dune,
God.
It's
Dune
funny, what I'm
in
realizing
theaters
through
is
this
actually
conversation-
so good.
How much
What?
of a normie I am is I haven't gone to see any of these movies, and I can't blame what I'm about to blame for Barbenheimer or doing anything like that. But for most of these movies,
Timothy
I'm
Chalamet.
not seeing them. I'm not seeing them advertised whatsoever. Like I first heard
Oh.
about Fall Guy
That's interesting.
with your video about
Reviews.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I'm hearing about most of these movies that are coming out.
Yeah.
I troll. I honestly, Sam, I'm kind of with you. The only reason I know about them is because I troll advanced screening websites to get into these screenings I go to.
Yeah, and so like I'm trying to think of the last time I saw a Furiosa ad on, or sorry, I didn't even see the Furiosa ads. I saw people talking about it on Twitter. That's how I found out about like movies that are coming out.
Yeah, honestly, if I didn't watch basketball, all of the movies I would have went to would have just been from word of mouth, just seeing
Yeah.
people online reacting to it.
I mean, like
So-
it's so bad. Oh, sorry.
Like
go
I'm
ahead.
not hearing about stuff until after the fact, and after the fact, I don't have any hype to generate any.
Yeah, because
Desire
you don't
and
you
need
don't,
to
you
go
don't
out.
have to edge.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
I
You can
think-
just go straight to the theater. Like,
What's wild is if you
same
think
day.
about it this way: of all the big tentpole movies that have released this year, 3 have been profitable that I can think of off my head. Um,
Dune.
Dune.
Which is
Inside
another
Out 2,
bad movie.
and
Forgot Inside Out 2 drop.
Yeah,
that
it
movie's
made
gonna
$1
make
billion.
$1 billion. It's gonna be one of the first movies to make $1 billion in forever. And then it hasn't out yet, but Deadpool 3 will be profitable. That movie's also tracking to make $1 billion.
More billion.
So that's it. I mean, that's fucking pathetic. And it's not like there hasn't been a lot of movies. There've been a lot of, and a lot of them have been really good. Oh, also, A Quiet Place Part 3 is going to be profitable, and it was good as well. And all of these movies have been really good. Like Furiosa is great. Fall Guy is pretty good. Quiet Place is good, but it's doing well, so I can't really argue. I saw a bunch of other movies that were really good too, and they're all flopping. So it's not about the quality of the movie. None of these are tied to existing franchises that people claim to be fatigued for.
I don't
I
really
think the
have anyone
cinema
to
is
go
just
with
dead.
either. It's just it's
Yeah, that's so
like
sad. Oh,
well, no,
I mean,
it's like all the homies are working, or
Yeah, same.
and I am not dating anyone currently, so don't really have anyone on that front.
Honestly,
I work nonstop too, and I only like maybe once a week I'll go to a screening, and I go by myself usually, just because it's
Dude,
easier to get in.
Dude, I've been waiting on this Haikyuu movie for fucking years because I knew this shit was gonna be hype as fuck. I know it's
Haikyuu?
gonna be hype as fuck. Yeah, because like the part that they're. I hope the recording picked. No, it didn't pick it up. Oh yeah. Sorry, I just replugged in my phone.
Okay,
Yeah, but like this part in Haikyuu, it's a volleyball manga. Really, 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 really fucking good at portraying like high school sports in a nutshell, and why people love sports in the first place. I've been looking forward to this movie dropping because it adapts one of my favorite arcs ever in any sports media that's not like actual sports. And I still haven't gone to see the movie. Just because I'm like, do I really want to
Well, I thought of another movie that
just to
flopped.
watch?
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, a fucking great movie, flopped. I mean, it kind of flopped. I think it did like marginally okay.
I did see
maybe
Godzilla.
enough to get a sequel. Which one?
But I saw Godzilla Kong.
I have not seen that yet.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
I
weird.
mean,
actually
it's just
watched
monster
minus
shit.
one. I think
It's
that's
just
the
monster
last
shit.
Minus
like, blockbuster
one.
I've seen. was
Minus one I saw. Minus one was so good I just didn't bother to see Kong versus
Oh, but I
Godzilla, 'cause,
didn't
what
see it
was
in the
even
theaters.
Yeah. I
did
just
see it
wanted
first.
to see big beefy monsters just
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
it
it's
now.
I
April and
feel
go ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
That was kind
So-
of Kingdom of the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes was kind of that, but then it turned out to be so fucking good and
That's-
interesting.
That's a movie I wanted to go see, but I hadn't seen the others, and so I just decided against going
Sam,
and
they're
seeing
all
it
on
because-
Netflix, I think. It is worth
Oh, we don't
watching
have Netflix.
or
Am I gonna have to
or
sail
whatever.
the high
They're all
seas?
over everything. You might, but Sam, it's worth watching the remake trilogy that they made, starting with Rise, which you can honestly skip, but I'd still recommend watching it. Rise all the way to War. They're fucking incredible movies, and Kingdom is really good too.
Okay, but Grayson, I just started a book I've been listening to, and I've been kind of doing that
What
instead. Oh, it's a little something called The Final Empire.
Oh, you started it? Hell
Just started
yeah!
it. I'm like an hour
How is
into
it?
the
How,
24
you got to
hour
the for a long. Finally, I got someone to read Mistborn. Huzzah!
Yeah, I figured that'd make you happy. but-
Victory!
So far, it's interesting.
If you're fast,
I like-
Sam, you might be able to finish all 10 books before Stormlight 5 comes out in December.
Probably not.
I'm teasing.
So, anyways, I've been
That's good.
reading.
Let me know how you think of it. Yeah, I've been reading a lot. I honestly, I watch TV. Like I've been watching House of the Dragon. It's great.
I forgot that was a new season.
Okay, so Blood and Cheese didn't get the reaction I thought it was going to.
How do you mean?
Like no one really talked about it. They're like, "Oh, that's bad."
People were
Whatever.
people were
didn't see
pissy
that.
about. I mean, they did it very differently, Sam. I don't know if you've watched the clip in context. Spoilers for House of the Dragon. Light spoilers. Dawn, I don't know if you're
Like
familiar.
I know
with
they
the
did it
source
somewhat differently.
Not caught up.
material. We're done. We're gonna
Yeah,
cut all
but at
that
the
out.
same-
That was all just us.
At the same
Gotcha.
time, I am going through not Scrubs, fucking Suits.
Oh yeah, Suits is good. After like season
it's
3, I
so-
started getting bored.
No, I'm already starting to get bored. I've been getting
Yeah,
bored.
it's so
since I see-
repetitive.
It's just something for me to put on at work because I started a new job.
Oh
recently,
yeah,
but
that's how
I'm
I
hav-
was using it while I was driving. I was just listening to it.
Yeah, Yeah, so
Yeah.
essentially I have like 3 reams of paperwork to process because yeah, it's too much to explain. Long story short, I have a lot of paperwork that my predecessor has left me with, and I have to deal with that, and I have until September to process all of it. So yeah, I've just been using suits to help numb how dull the pain is.
Okay, so pivoting from Game of Thrones talk to more Game of Thrones talk, I gotta talk about my copium. I have injected raw copium into my bloodstream because George Martin's been making some posts that make me think he finished Winds of Winter.
He
He's been
hasn't.
making, he has finished it, Sam. I am fucking
Could you
on
No, he
this.
hasn't.
could you elaborate?
Dude, I don't even think
So
he's written more than like 5 words in the entire fucking book.
his
That
publisher
fat
says he has,
bastard.
Sam.
The publisher's a liar and has lied for him before.
Okay, so Don, when he finished Dance with Dragons, he made this post that was like he basically said something that spelled out like each letter spelled out Dance with Dragons, basically like when you laid it out. Um, and then he said at the bottom of that page, he said Winds of Winter or like doing WOM or whatever or WOW, and like a week or two ago, he posted a post that was like, boy, I've sure been productive lately. And then something that spelled out Winds of Winter. It's like Words of Wisdom was what it was. And then at the bottom he said, and now I'm dreaming of a better spring or something. But it's the exact same thing he did when he finished Dance. He had
That's nice
previously
because
said,
I know he's also been teasing like more Elden Ring content coming, but I don't think
yeah,
it's
he
in
made
the
a
form of
second
DLC.
post that's also very similar. It uses Words of Wisdom and the Dream of Spring thing. I can't remember what it was exactly. And then someone, a leaker who works at a cake shop, and this has been confirmed that he is who he says he is, who works at a cake shop in Santa Fe, has said he's been commissioned to make a gigantic dragon cake for a popular author, and he showed receipts. So there's some like believability to the leak for some
That's
kind
cool.
of party that this guy is holding. And then George Martin announced that he was going to a conference. And this is the same conference 3 years ago that he said if he didn't announce it, that he was going to announce Winds of Winter there if he ever finished it. And that if he didn't by a certain time period, we could all lock him in a cabin. I don't know if you remember when he said that.
Yeah, that
He
was back in
spontaneously
2020.
added that. Yeah, he added that to his stop list for the first time since he said that. And he's going to give a speech there. I am convinced this motherfucker has finished Winds of Winter.
He has.
It's a lot.
He's
It's a
just
lot of
lying.
evidence.
He
And it's
needs
the first
money.
time.
He's running out of money.
For what? No, he doesn't need money, Sam. Are
He
you
does
kidding
not
me?
need money.
He does not need money.
Oh,
That's,
you know-
that's
He's
oh, you
wasting
know
money
what?
on
absolutely
fast
Okay, hold on.
food
Hold
and
on.
like
Sam,
Yeah, maybe he
heedless
could
things.
maybe he could be evil Bruno Mars and is in debt for all the other reasons.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's never done anything like this before. In fact, he recently said he was going to try to stop accidentally causing hype because for a while he was just posting like update. I wrote a little bit, and everyone would lose their fucking mind and then get upset when he didn't finish. So he said he was going to stop doing that, and he did until all this. And now he's needlessly teasing everything again. So I think it's actually happened, Sam. And
He's trying to generate hype so people don't leave him behind.
Sam, House of the
You see the
Dragon
writing
is
on the
airing
wall.
right now, and it's got the highest record viewer numbers it's ever seen. He doesn't need
Doesn't matter
hype. He doesn't need hype.
because it's based on a finished thing that people know they're not going to screw up. Okay,
Sam, I'm telling you, you're wrong about this.
he's not.
I am on copium
He's
for
not
this.
doing
And
it.
when I'm
dude.
right,
I
Sam,
don't
what are you
know
gonna
to
do
tell
when
you
I'm right?
besides the fact
What are you
that this
gonna
guy's
do when
a
I'm right?
serial liar? He lies all the time. I'm not going to
What are
generate
you gonna
hype.
do when I'm
He
right?
says after going
What
out
are
of
you
his
gonna-
way to generate hype, saying, "Oh, I'm almost done." Ha ha ha. You've almost
What are
been
you
done for
gonna
what?
do?
About
What are you
half
gonna
of
do
my
when I'm
entire
right?
fucking life. He's been
What are
almost
you
done with
gonna
this
do
entire book, okay?
when I'm
so
right?
listen, he's not doing anything, okay? He's gonna die before he even finishes the first chapter of this book.
Oh, I just
Okay?
remembered the
He's
other thing,
lazy.
Sam, is he talked about, and admittedly this is the weakest of the stuff. He talked about how he wants to write another one of the Dunkin' Egg stories. And he said that he plans to have another Dunkin' Egg book out. Is actually what he said. By the time the second season of Dunkin' Egg is filming, and he said that he won't do that until he's done with the Winds of Winter, and this was like a year ago.
Oh, which
And now
means he's
talked
not
about-
writing either.
Now
one.
he's talked
Oh, yeah.
about that he's writing Dunkin' Egg.
Uh-huh. which
I'm
means he's not
telling
going
you,
to finish
Sam.
either run. I'm just saying.
So Don, who makes the most compelling argument here, Don? Let's let Don settle this.
I'm just saying he lied. Why believe you? You gave us nothing to believe in because you lied.
You know nothing, Sam.
Honestly, I'll give it to Grayson. One reason and one reason only. I'm not even considering y'all's arguments. I'm just here for him to throw the Elden Ring fans into more chaos because of like the revelations that he's thrown into what we've perceived of the lore thanks to the DLC. Because, like,
Honestly,
because like Miyazaki said that like a lot of the DLC's story content comes from the original shit that JRM proposed to him for like the world building, and you can tell because you guys don't care about Elden Ring lore, right?
I have not
Not
played
really.
the game at all.
I haven't even played it.
Okay, all right. So one of the demigods, he abducts his half brother that is cursed with essentially cursed with eternal youth. Him and his twin sister are both cursed with something
God, he's literally
extreme
me.
because both of their parents are the same being. And there's like
Oh, I fucking hate when that happens.
in the world of Elden Ring, twins always come with some kind of freakish combination. And the guy that abducts his younger half brother happens to be a twin, or happens to also be a twin, and him and his twin have like, I guess space aids closest they can
Wait,
get.
I
He's got horns and shit.
have a question. I have a
all that.
question.
So
What
a lot
happens
of
if
people
there's
have been calling
triplets?
him. There are no triplets.
That's gonna be the reveal
They,
next game.
they don't exist.
Mark my words.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah,
So a lot of
they don't
people. His
exist
name's
yet.
Mog, and a lot of people have been calling him the Mog Lester because his younger half brother looks like a child, and he abducted him when he was unconscious. But it turns out, no, that little shrimp has actually plotted for that to happen this entire time. He seduced Mog so that he could use Mog's body to revive his other half brother, so that he could become his new consort as he ascends into godhood, because he revered his older half brother for being just a really chill guy, and he was like one of the favorite bosses for people to fight. I don't know. I can't think of a way to explain it, but the way the family tree's so fucked up, I feel it's in a way that we've never seen in a Souls-like, that it has to be JRM putting this shit in.
You see, he's
Because
gone. He's clearly gone like full schizo. Okay, he's not finishing his damn book.
And that's what Elden Ring's for, because at least Miyazaki will finish something.
Exactly.
I was trying to find it, Dawn, but that clip of like someone explaining cars to you when you don't understand anything about cars. It's just a guy like, you got to put the quantidelic converter into the phi-delic delegate, and he's just saying a bunch of nonsense. I was gonna say like that's what you were just doing for the last 10 minutes. I didn't understand any of
just
that.
imagine this twink making his hunk half brothers fight for him while he tries to ascend to godhood.
I would just point out, Dawn, you're more likely, instead of focusing on Martin for your Elden Ring content, look at Sanderson. He's been doing a lot of live streams of Elden Ring, and I know previously Miyazaki reached out to him for something. I can't remember what it was, but this was the thing I talked about previously. So
I mean,
there was
that'd be
some light speculation about a Stormlight.
Miyazaki has expressed that like his idea of his perfect RPG still isn't done. Like he thought he'd get it with Elden Ring, but like Elden Ring is a flawed game. That as fun as the game is, and I'm very happy that it blew up, I don't think it's anywhere near as polished as say like Dark Souls 3 was, or Bloodborne, even though I never got to play Bloodborne because I don't own a fucking
Bloodborne 2, Dawn,
PlayStation
it's
past
coming
PS2.
soon.
Bro, I want to play
Speaking
Bloodborne
of-
1 on a modern console. Literally, the only way to play Bloodborne right now is on a PS4. What?
So speaking of the copium for something that'll never come out, Bloodborne 2.
But, dude, yeah, we got Bloodborne Kart that's not called Bloodborne Kart before Bloodborne 2.
Yeah, Pinocchio Bloodborne. All right,
Pinocchio
let's-
Bloodborne doesn't hit. Or okay, no,
What's
no,
the
it hits,
next?
but it's not Bloodborne.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Doctor
looking.
Disrespect.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Doctor doesn't disrespect kids.
Doctor respects kids in the absolute wrong way. Whew. So apparently
Dr.
he was
Dis
texting
Jared
or
Fogle.
messaging. What platform was it on?
Twitch.
Did they?
He
Was
was
it
using
Twitch
Twitch
Messengers?
Whispers. He was using
Twitch
the
Whispers.
DM function on Twitch, which no one uses, by the way.
No one.
I didn't even
Literally
know
no
that
one.
existed.
Because
Hold on, let
it's
me get on Twitch right now
horseshit.
to see if it's there.
I don't
should
think
start
it's
sending
even
him
there
messages
anymore.
Teehee, Doctor Disrespect. It's me, a child. Message me back. See if he
Hold
sees
on,
it.
I'm
Sends me a
logging
message
in.
back.
And every
I
tweet
mean, like,
man's made,
if I
just
made
kept
a
digging
list
himself
of,
into
like,
a hole.
5 celebrities I would have never guessed would do something like this. Number 1 on that list would have been Critical. Number 2 would have been Doctor Disrespect. I'm not gonna lie, like this was the most out of nowhere one yet. That's crazy. I was not expecting this news at
Oh,
all.
notifications. Whispers. It is there. Holy shit! I've never noticed that.
Sam, send me a whisper.
Because it's
see what
so
happens.
niche.
Do I even follow you? I do not follow you. Wait, I do follow you.
I don't use Twitch.
I am
I
sending
used to
you.
way back in the day. Dude, I don't know, man. This kind of bums me out because I like Doctor Disrespect. He has like a chaotic energy that like no one else really had, except for maybe like Sam Hyde. But you know, yeah, I can't like him after this. The fact that me and Josh were talking about this earlier, people are like trying to justify this, like she was only 17, and that's not true even, or you know, we don't know how bad it was.
Even if it is like, he's
Well, so here's
like,
the thing:
even,
in certain states, it is legal at 17, because certain states have it at 16.
It might be legal.
And for the
but it's not
record, I
morally
want
right.
to be very, 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 very clear with this. I am absolutely against that.
Uh-huh.
Right?
I think it's just
Why,
weird for
story?
35-year, like if you're a 35-year-old, if you're a 25-year-old man, you should not be DMing people that are 17 or younger or 18 or younger.
So,
Almost
you
like
shouldn't
they're
be-
like your
Yeah,
relatives.
it's just weird. You shouldn't be messaging anyone if you're that old and someone's that young. I mean, like
No.
I talk to people who are probably younger than me, but I would never like I think he
Yeah.
said he was sexting with them from what I understand, which is crazy.
he said he had got
Never do
it
something like
to
that.
inappropriate levels. And
Yeah, you can't be
First
doing
off,
shit like that.
why? You're married. with
You're
a
married.
Yeah, what's the
kid.
appeal? Can we talk about this? What's the appeal? Genuinely,
I
what's the
think
appeal?
That's
I think
that's the
it's
hardest part to reconcile.
The same
Yeah,
thing
I
with
don't get
Drake,
it.
okay? You get rich, you get bored,
You
want
think you can get
excitement.
away with it?
I should like write.
Which
if
is
I ever
an
become a popular
insane
author, I
defense.
should like write a journal of like day 42 after becoming a famous author. The urge grows in me. I opened up Twitch Whispers and closed it quickly. I can't stop. I think
See,
that's
at least like when Don goes full schizo, it's just going to be him harassing VTubers.
yeah. Most of which
When
are
I go full
overrated.
schizo, I'm moving to a cabin in the middle of nowhere.
I don't know what my full
Grayson,
schizo
I don't know
is.
what you're gonna do.
Dude, I don't even. I
I'm
don't
gonna
even send
I'm
messages
gonna go
in
off the deep
VTuber. What's it
end
called?
of writing fiction.
Actually, I don't even chat in Twitch chats unless it's like one of my friends streaming.
Well, I said when you go full schizo. I'm not saying now. Though.
Sam,
Oh,
think
if
my
I
full
go
schizo
full-
would
if
actually
I-
be really close to yours.
My full schizo would be me.
Ooh, I can see
Wow,
the
I
Joel.
think I have
Embiid.
to. I think I have to cut that. Holy shit! I don't think.
just beep it out with the Joel Embiid jersey.
I'm gonna
on.
beep
It's
it
like,
out
ooh,
because it's
yeah.
always hilarious when I beep one out if it says something. Boy, wow. Yeah, I think
But
Michael
it's
Schizo
true
Sam
though.
might be going to a cabin in the woods and just trying to write a language like Tolkien until I die.
Oh man,
I
I
don't
saw
know,
a
man.
tweet, Don, in relation to yours, where it's, the Sixers lineup for next season. It's like, who's stopping this team? And someone just put God.
No, my favorite, my favorite one is head, shoulders, knees, and toes. The song. For context, Grayson, we
Yeah,
like
please.
two of our most expensive players are super injury prone, and their knees in particular are
They had to
just
make a
oh,
rule around
non-existent.
Joel
Oh.
Embiid in order to get the MVP. You had to play in 60 games,
Yeah.
So
No,
wait,
65
kind of a-
games.
65.
Kind of an
But
off
yes.
topic, but back to the pedophile thing real fast.
Okay, yeah, no.
I'm sorry, the PDF files.
Basketball pedophile, Karl Malone.
PDF files.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta go.
John.
Oh my
PDF
god!
files.
Wait, hold on. Y'all hear
What?
about that? A Utah Jazz player they got groomed by his babysitter.
Yeah. Oh my
And
god, what's his
he
name?
had a
He played for
fucking
Duke.
he had a fucking Karl Malone jersey on. Whenever he got drafted, or like whenever the Jazz first like met with him, or
So
something.
wait. He what now?
Okay,
He
so
got
he's
groomed.
Mormon. He had a babysitter
Oh, gotcha.
who was like, she was like 20 something, like mid 20s when she started babysitting him, and she groomed him until now.
Like
She's like almost
she
30.
like she went to high school prom with him.
Yeah,
And
when
then
she was like
she-
24.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Wait,
and she
hold on.
got
Back to something
him
though.
to
You're
like.
telling me a member of the Utah Jazz is a Mormon? That's the most outlandish thing in the whole story.
That is a crazy thing. That
I
he
know,
got
that's
drafted
crazy.
to Utah of all places.
Oh, I was being
and then,
sarcastic. I was being
um,
funny because the Utah Jazz is like the Mormon.
Yeah, but it's not just the Utah Jazz. One of their one of the most famous players of all time, arguably like the second most, or now the first most famous because of him being like a well-known kid diddler. Is
Okay, do you know who
Question-
Karl Malone
I mean,
is?
grooming
Grayson?
grooming is obviously real fast. So grooming is obviously morally wrong, but is
Yes.
there like an actual law against it? If you're not doing anything sexual until they get to
I
a
don't
certain
think
age?
so. It's just really
I mean,
creepy.
it's. I mean,
Okay,
like
yeah, I mean
to
for
me,
sure that I was curious
to-
if there's
to-
some kind of law
yeah.
we could arrest these people for.
that the hard part is proving the action. Because you like you
Ah.
could say a lot of creepy shit, but you can't like you know how all these YouTubers are
There has to be
found they're found to
an
be they're
actionable
found to be
step towards
grooming.
completion.
Yeah. And then like people catch them in the act, but they don't ever get arrested. It's all
Well,
just
yeah, but they lose
like
their career. That's sort of the payment for them. But for the
well
basketball people,
they should yeah. That's the idea. But a lot of the time they still have millions and millions of dollars to fall off on, or some sponsors just will not
So,
drop them for whatever
going
reason.
back to last episode, or the second to last episode we recorded technically, because the last released episode, the time travel party. Who here's most likely to send a twitch whisper?
Now that I know it exists, hey,
Sam, he knows the features there. He's the most
that's
likely.
it. Yeah, but here's the thing.
Lock
I
him
don't
up,
like women.
boys.
I hate women.
Well, I mean,
I'm in the He-Man
Sam,
women's hater club.
Sam, you don't have to be a woman. It's just a minor.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
males exist. Yeah, it's a really common
Honestly,
thing. What do you mean?
honestly, out of everyone here, I'm the most likely to be groomed back then.
Whoa! No way! That's a crazy thing to say. Why would
Like,
you say
I'm
that?
gonna be honest. I'll
Go
be
honest.
honest.
No,
High school,
I'm gonna have to
dude.
cut that.
High school me,
don't
I'm
want that
not
on the
even
record.
gonna lie.
Go on.
Hi-
You don't want that on the record, man. I'm thinking of that.
Dude,
I'm the most
look,
likely to
crazy
be
thing to
groomed
say.
of us.
I said B, not to. I was a victim. In my
Oh,
hypothetical,
okay. I
would've been a
misunderstood
victim.
that. Oh man,
Never
guys,
heard it that way.
we didn't talk about anything weird in that little gap there. Nothing interesting happened.
No,
We're,
nothing at all.
Perfectly
Sorry.
perfectly
Had to-
normal
had to
perfectly
look at
normal
my,
conversation.
Had to look at my record bill.
Well, on that note, y'all want to go into things we recommend? We have a lot. It's been a long time.
Do I have anything I want to recommend?
I mean,
You guys go first. I'll try to think of something.
I'm trying to think of something in the first place. I'm looking at my.
okay,
Oh
you
yeah.
want me to just go?
Yeah,
Fun,
Tom,
fun,
you actually do shit.
fun little quick fact. I'm finally on my thyroid medication.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah, it took me long enough. And my insurance covered for $149
forgot about that.
of it. That is
Yeah,
actually
good for
pretty
you, man.
nice.
I hate that I have to say that. I forgot about that, but I did. Oh, my bad.
I mean, it,
Um,
like,
yeah, but
I
good job.
seldom mention it.
Yeah, I know. But you told me, and I try to remember these things. Um,
Yeah, I forget half the time until I
I'm trying to
get
decide what I want to
random
recommend
cramps.
too. I mean, I guess I can just say House of the Dragon. It's good. Even if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, you can watch it.
If you're into like engineering shit and all that, or just straight up competition, F1 now is a great time to pick it up
F1,
because
yes.
we actually have competition at the top of the grid. Quote unquote competition
wow.
really just matters if Max Verstappen lets people race
And they
against
fixed
him
the
or not.
potholes, right?
He's so fucking.
Or the manhole covers.
That
No,
was just
well,
in Las Vegas, I think.
We'll figure that out in Vegas.
Oh, I thought that was what the grid was. My bad.
No. Top of the grid refers to like the people at the very front of the race. For the last
gotcha.
like decade or so, it's been two people dominating it, each at separate times. Lewis Hamilton dominated it for like 6 years, and then Max Verstappen dominated it for like 4 to 5 years, something like that. We're finally getting into a point where like the top teams are finally having to race against human beings again. So it's
Gotcha.
exciting.
For
okay,
me, I
so-
say just go outside.
I think you already did that one. That's cheating. You gotta come up with another one.
No, I haven't.
He
I
hasn't.
definitely think you. I thought he recommended that.
I mean, I've
for-
said outdoor activities,
Hold on.
but this one,
No.
it doesn't really
Super
matter
fans
what you
who
do
have
outside.
watched every episode.
Just-
Let me know in the comments. Did Sam recommend going outside in the previous episode? I'm not
Okay,
gonna look.
fine. I'll specify. Here's the thing: you guys are
I'm just being funny.
you're watching us, and there's something going wrong in your life, and I think you need to go outside, talk to a woman or a man, if that's your thing.
Whatever you're into.
Whatever you're into.
Judger.
And just, there's more to life than the walls that have been put up around you, okay? Stretch
more
You
to
know
life
what?
than my
We do have
shitty
too
content.
many. We do have too many incels and femcels roaming the streets. So let's work to
Let's reduce it terminally online. Like, if you
Yeah.
get, like, 90% of the jokes on Twitter, if you get, like, 20% of the jokes on Twitter, just go outside a bit.
Yeah,
outside.
just take a step out there, man. Breathe the fresh
Remember
air.
what it's like to like step aside. The birds
Go
are
ride a
singing,
bike. When's the last time you rode
flowers
a bike?
blooming.
You
On
know,
days
we all
like
rode bikes
you,
as kids.
you kids should be burning in hell.
Uh,
That quoting Sans from Undertale, but then I realized some of the audience was probably born at the same time as that, which is crazy to me.
Some of the audience might
Dude.
be Catholic like Sam. And that
Yo,
might actually scare them.
they may be very
kids
guilty.
from 2006 are turning into adults.
Yeah, I know, it's weird.
Wait,
Wonder
hold on,
what-
quick
wonder
Masocast
what
question.
I'm
Trips
Are we
feeling
allowed to
old.
like?
There's-
man.
Are we
What's
allowed
her
to
face?
mock people's religion on this show? Because I've
I
been
mean,
mocking
mine,
Sam's religion.
sure. I make fun of Catholicism all the time, even though I'm practicing.
Yeah, no, I don't even really care. It doesn't matter. It's all the same.
Let's see. What's her name? It's Sabrina Carpenter, I think her name is. Yeah, she was born like a month after me, and she's like already headlining tours, and I feel sad.
Yeah, well, imagine
Who is
Luka
this?
Doncic.
How old is Luca?
He's 25, I believe. Born in
I mean,
February.
I'll give
2019.
one for myself.
Oh my God, he
Um,
is a month and 2 days older than I am.
Hold on. Dude, what is up with Slovenia being the same size as New Mexico, but having all of these freak athletes?
Yeah, I saw that tweet, and the thing, do you know
That's
what the answer
insane.
is? They have nothing better to do than just do sports.
That's actually probably it. honestly.
No, like everyone they didn't have fast internet until like recently, so everyone just grew up being outside, just doing whatever they loved, and parents didn't really do anything besides like, yeah, go for it.
It is nice though. Like it's
Yeah,
nice.
um,
It's nice that kids are like families are able to do these programs without having like excess amounts of wealth or availability problems.
Y'all were talking about like things people did at your age that you haven't yet. I just got finished reading this book about Alexander the Great, and like it's a really interesting book. It's his whole life story. I think it's just literally called Alexander the Great. I actually recommend it. But at the age of 33, he died. At the age of like
Having
28,
conquered like
he
most of the
conquered
known world.
literally all of the world.
most of the known world.
And
yeah,
at
pretty
20,
much.
he became a king. So, like, what's your fucking excuse?
I'm not
Also,
allowed to
his
murder
father,
people I don't
his
like.
father
I'm
had the most
Filipino.
interesting death of all time, and I can't believe I've never heard about it. He was stabbed in the back by his gay lover that he'd spurned for another gay lover. Literally a
Huh.
soap opera
I
plot
mean,
line.
it was Macedonia,
It is
No, I
Macedonia.
know it was Macedonia, but like that's a straight
so
up, straight up
it's
soap opera
it's like
storyline.
par for the course.
Yeah, really.
I remember I had is an AP government teacher who was absolutely astounded that I knew where Macedonia was.
Most people don't. I mean,
Yeah, I
like,
know.
most-
It's
yeah.
just
wait, quick poll. No, Sam, damn it, I'm gonna cut that. Quick poll in the comments without googling it. Where is Macedonia off memory?
Or
See how many
do
of you
kn-
get it right.
Yeah, because
We're gonna
most
put up a
people
poll.
most people just associate Alexander the Great with like ancient Greece.
I can
I
name
didn't know anything about
on
him
a
before I
map.
listened to this book.
every single country outside, and I can do 80% of Africa, and I can do probably about 50% of Oceania.
I can't.
Not to brag.
Yeah, I'm Oceania and Africa. I'm just lost on.
I mean, not to brag, but I could name all of the noble houses from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, do it.
No, I'm pretty confident in America.
Okay, Bracken, Blackwood, Tyrell, Lannister, Rain. I mean, challenge
Well,
me.
no
There
pussy
it
does
is.
some motherfucker.
Real. I get no denial. That's
I
true.
like that we had the same reaction.
Same time.
If you asked me to do it, I was gonna go for it, man. I could probably do it. Are we counting the extinct houses or only the living houses?
How many have gone
What about
extinct?
what
now?
about
It's been
fucking 50? Probably
God.
25.
well, the great
Strongs
houses,
are
not
dead.
like just
The
houses.
Strongs are dead. Heron is dead. What was his name? The original people who ran Heron Hall, and then the original people who had the Iron Islands before the Greyjoys.
Oh,
The Rains, obviously. Now
but they weren't a great house. The Rains were just.
I
a
was just
minor
naming
house.
all of the houses.
Oh, the houses.
at the end of
Okay.
Game of Thrones proper, spoilers. A lot of them. They just willy nilly killed off houses. The Freys are dead. I think the Tyrells are all dead too. At the end of that book, or at the end of that show. I don't know. Oh, the Gardeners, Sam. They were a great house that went extinct.
I thought that was an occupation.
The Gardner, like Garder. They were the original people who
Oh, the
lived in. They were like before the Tyrells ruled. They ruled there.
That ruined my joke because I thought you said Gardiner. I was like, oh yeah, I thought that was a. Never mind. Anyways, it's probably about time we end this.
Yeah, my recommendation
We
is
are
Game of
the-
Thrones anything, and hopefully George Martin actually did it, so I could. We're gonna have a whole episode called "I Tell Sam." No. If I'm right, we'll see.
Yeah, in
Probably
like
not.
10 years when it finally comes out, it goes, oh my god, yeah.
No, it's gonna be soon. If it's not soon, then I'll take the L, and I'll just admit I was wrong.
Okay,
and that it
fine.
was soon.
Over under 3 months.
3 months. Let's give it like 5 because they're waiting till after. House of the
Okay,
Dragon. Yeah.
okay.
5 months at the end of the year. End of the year.
Okay, but you said it's done. So, which would
Yeah,
mean
no.
it would be
One of the
out.
reasons I've heard is that they don't want to release it while House of the Dragon is airing because it'll take away the thunder from that show.
Yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
Which is pretty
we should
reasonable.
probably
Yeah,
wrap it up soon
alright.
because I do have a
Yeah.
timer before
I
I
do
shit
too.
myself.
So
and
Okay.
I got all right.
Alright.
Thank you
Anyways.
for watching. Like and subscribe. Let us know if you know where Macedonia is. We really want to know.
Please,
you know where
please do not
Macedonia
DM.
is.
Please do not
Yeah,
DM
it's north of
Grayson
Greece.
on,
Don't DM me
Twitch
on Twitch
Whispers.
Whispers. I know I've been sending you all those messages, but don't reply to them, please. All right.
Yeah.
I don't want to
If
go
you
to
get any
prison.
Twitch whispers from Grayson, I think it's probably a scam.
Don't hit. Yeah, it's not.
If it's not a scam, please expose him. on
Don't
Twitter
reply.
ASAP.
If I'm not asking you to buy Target gift cards,
Certified
don't reply.
lover boy, certified pedophile. Wow, wow.